Hi friends, it's Naya, and today we're taking a warm and delicious journey through the Caribbean to explore the origins of 7 classic dishes that help tell the story of our islands. Caribbean food is more than flavor, it's history, resilience, creativity, and the blending of cultures that found a way to thrive together. So settle in because we're about to uncover how these beloved dishes came to be and why they remain so special today. Let's begin in Trinidad and Tobago with the iconic doubles. This humble but powerful street food was born from the culinary traditions brought by Indian indentured laborers in the 19th and early 20th centuries. It evolved from chana and bara, inspired by North Indian dishes like chole bhature, but reinvented with Caribbean vibrancy. Over time, vendors made the bara smaller, the chana spicier, and the pepper sharper, until doubles became the beloved breakfast and anytime snack we know today. It's a perfect symbol of how new communities adapted their heritage to island life. Next, we head to Jamaica for jerk. The technique itself reaches back to the Maroons, descendants of Africans who escaped slavery and created independent mountain communities. They preserved meat using slow smoking methods learned from the island's indigenous Taino people, who also used aromatic allspice wood. What emerged was jerk, fiery, smoky, and layered with flavors like pimento and Scotch bonnet. Today, jerk is one of the Caribbean's most famous culinary ambassadors, but it remains deeply tied to stories of resistance and survival. Our third dish, callaloo, appears across several islands, and each version has its own identity. In Trinidad, it often uses dashin bush blended with coconut milk, crab, and herbs, while in Jamaica, a similar role is played by leafy amaranth. Its roots trace back to West and Central Africa, where leafy stews were common, but the Caribbean landscape provided new greens and flavors. Callaloo is a beautiful example of how Africans in the Caribbean preserved culinary memory even when landscapes changed. Fourth, we explore ackee and saltfish, Jamaica's national dish. Ackee came from West Africa in the 18th century and adapted well to Jamaican soil. Saltfish, on the other hand, traveled from Europe as part of colonial trade networks. When paired together, the dish represents both the hardships of that era and the incredible creativity Caribbean people used to bring comfort, nourishment, and identity to the table. Our fifth dish, roti, popular in Trinidad, Guyana, and beyond, arrived through Indian indentured workers as well. What makes Caribbean roti distinct is how the breads, like dalpuri and paratha basap shat, developed island-specific textures and fillings. Curry techniques blended with local peppers, seasonings, and fresh herbs, creating something that is at once Indian in origin and unmistakably Caribbean in soul. Sixth, we honor Barbados with cou-cou and flying fish. Cou-cou, made from cornmeal and okra, has African origins, while flying fish is deeply tied to Bajan waters and identity. The pairing reflects the meeting of African culinary practice with local marine life, becoming a national symbol and a heartfelt reminder of how geography shapes flavor. And finally, our seventh dish, Puerto Rican mofongo, with Dominican and Cuban relatives as well. Mofongo's foundation, fried mashed plantains, comes from African fufu traditions. Over time, Caribbean cooks blended indigenous Taino ingredients, Spanish influences, and local seasonings, creating a dish that is both bold and comforting, rich with garlic and often filled with seafood or meat. Across these 7 dishes, we see patterns of migration, adaptation, and creativity. Indigenous knowledge, African resilience, Indian and Chinese labor histories, European colonial trade, and the island's own natural abundance helped create the rich culinary world we treasure today. Caribbean cuisine isn't just fusion, it's a living archive of journeys and joy. So here's the key message. Every plate in the Caribbean tells a story, and when we share our food, we share our history. If you enjoyed this video, Please like and subscribe to help grow the channel.